We annually spend on military security alone more than the net income of all United States corporations. Now, this conjunction of an immense military establishment and a large arms industry is new in the American experience. The total influence, economic, political, even spiritual, is felt in every city, every state house, every office of the federal government. We recognize the imperative need for this development, yet we must not fail to comprehend its grave implications. Our toil, resources, and livelihood are all involved. So is the very structure of our society. In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist. We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberties or democratic process.
Look at the weapons that we're buying: new aircraft carriers, new submarines, F-22 fighters. You know, for an attack that the FBI estimates probably cost Al-Qaeda or Osama $500K to pull off, we are now spending more than we did at the peak of Vietnam. A lot of what's going on is simply because people don't understand the larger architecture of how the Pentagon operates.
Mr. Chairman and distinguished members of the committee, I am the U.S. Air Force Program Manager for the Boeing Company.
Let's use the example of buying a weapon like a new fighter plane for the Air Force. The action usually starts in the Pentagon, maybe at the contractor's initiative, but essentially everybody's working together.
The KC-767A can carry up to 190 troops.
Basically what you do is you come in and you lowball the initial estimate.
The actual then-year cost is about half that estimate.
You overpromise what it's going to do, and you underestimate the kind of burdens it's going to impose.
We separately met with the companies, and both proposals were very good.
Once the Air Force buys off on it, then you start flooding money to as many congressional districts as possible, as quickly as possible.
How did this happen? Who's to blame? Well, certainly there are those who are more responsible than others, and they will be held accountable.
The sensor-fused anti-tank missile. Now, I'll be the first to admit that this program did have its share of difficulties. We did experience a glitch or two with the thing, that much is certain. But even a heat-seeking missile can miss a target.
General, I see here that you taped electric hot plates to the surface of the vehicle to help your heat-seeking missile find its target, and that the temperature of the vehicle was so high that it could have fried an egg at 20 feet.
It's fire.
There was a verifiable deviation from the standard test data accumulation.
There were other deviations, were there not? What about the paveway bomb?
I'm not going to sit here and tell you the paveway never missed.
It missed by a mean distance of 5 miles and nearly 50% of the time.
You know, in baseball, a guy who hits 400 is considered pretty damn great.
In baseball, the losing team isn't killed by their opponents.
Be that as it may, the paveway is one hell of a bomb. Laser-guided, state-of-the-art.
And it proved what? That we have an effective weapon as long as the enemy allows us to build a 2-story crane directly above their tanks?